Welcome back to another episode with the Hustling Crafter. I'm Sweet Charity. Please call me Charity. What are we doing today? Dog food. I like to call it Pug Grub because it was inspired by our pug. Although we do have two other dogs as well. One's a Shih Tzu and one is a Jack Russell Terrier mix. Shall we get started? What do you think? Our pug doesn't chew, he just hoovers. I would like to point out that I didn't feel like doing my hair, so this is a wig. Keep that in mind. Okay, so right off the bat, we've got our 7 pounds of ground turkey in the large stock pot. If you're wearing a wig, or you have long hair, tie it up or pull it back. You don't want to catch yourself on fire. We've got this on high heat. We didn't add any fat to it because we're using the 85-15 fat, or turkey, 85-15, which means 15% fat. So it's got plenty of fat in there. We don't need to add any. So we're just gonna cook this like you would if you were browning ground beef for tacos or something like that. We're not adding any salt, no spices, no fat, nothing like that. And we're just gonna cook this until it is cooked through. You don't have to stir it the whole time. You can kind of just let it go, but you do want to move it around every now and again. Make sure that it's cooking. All right, so once that's done, we'll go on to the next step. Okay, our ground turkey is fully cooked. It took about 13 minutes. The side of the pot is a little hot, so you might need a towel or a pot holder. All right, we've turned the heat off, turn it all off, okay? And now what we're gonna do, we're not gonna drain the fat, we're leaving the fat in there. So we're gonna add our frozen broccoli first. And now why am I adding frozen? Because before this when it's all done and it goes into the fridge, it needs to be cooled in order for it to not grow bacteria. So the coolest part is you get to just add frozen vegetables to it. The heat from the meat will soften those up, and then we'll add some water and we'll grind all that up. So what we're gonna do is mix in the broccoli. You just want to add enough water to almost cover what you got going on in there. You don't want to add too much water because then it's soup. So we added about 4 cups of water. We've got our stick blender plugged in. Now when you use this, only keep it on while it's submerged. If you keep holding the button and lift it up, you're gonna get sprayed in the face. All right, once you've got the broccoli and the turkey and the water all blended up nice, we're gonna add our green beans. And you're gonna do the same process here. You've got the green beans all blended up, the broccoli all blended up. Now we're gonna add our peas and carrots. The more you process this before they eat it, the easier it is on their digestion. You know, if you're concerned about something, talk to your veterinarian, as I am not a doctor. Spin this around. Now if you notice that it is a little too thick for your liking, you can add more water. We're just gonna give this a few spins. All right, we're all blended up and all that's left to do is pack it up. I like to use a measuring cup. It's way easier getting it out of here. Okay, and that's it. So each one of these containers will hold about 8 cups of the food, the all-natural, delicious food for your dogs. And I filled 3 of them, and then one of them is about half. So this batch makes about 28 cups. Based on my calculations, the calories per cup is 337 calories per cup. Now, listen. You don't want to just shock your dog's system and start feeding them this immediately. You'll want to introduce it slowly into their regular food. So if they're eating kibble or canned, whatever it is that you're feeding them now, if you want to try this, just incorporate it slowly over a few weeks. Another note too, when you feed your dogs this, it's a little bit different than feeding them kibble. You're gonna want to make sure that you wash those bowls right after they get done eating like you would with yourself, as you don't wanna leave this food crusted in the bowl sitting out and draw ants and bugs and all that gross stuff, not to mention grow bacteria. So you're gonna keep these in the fridge, put a label on it so that you know. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I am the Hustling Crafter, Sweet Charity. Please call me Charity, and we'll see you next time. If you like this video, please thumbs up. And for more, make sure to subscribe so that you can catch up on our videos as we post them. Please ask any questions below, comment. I love them all. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Bye.